All right, Shalom. It's your brother Kosh Kwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Shemi Shai by Shema Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, to rule and teach well. Peace, of salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, so pretty much this lesson is going to be on how a woman should really be feeling. Because you know everything that's going on right now with the, all the abortion talk. Hold on. Let's see, all the abortion talk and the women, a lot of women protesting, and let me bring this bull crap down to the screen. You see, I just typed in abortion laws, and this is an article that popped up, and as you can see, it says Louisiana and Utah trigger laws banning abortions temporarily blocked by courts, and of course you see a dummy out there. You can't even say this is a woman. It's not. It's not a woman. This is like programs, stupid people, dummies that so happen to have, female reproductive, organs and things of that nature, walking around with stupid signs talking about abortion saves lives. I've seen a sign where it says abortion saved my life. What are you talking about? Because what? It says protect safe abortions. There's nothing safe about aborting a fetus, a living a living being. There's nothing. This is murder. And on top of that, it says protect safe abortion. Even the act of a woman getting aborted plays a heavy toll on that woman's body. It's like almost the same thing as having a miscarriage. When a woman has a miscarriage, it means it has a dead fetus, meaning there is a living organism, a living person within inside of them. But they didn't kill it purposely. It just so happened to, be a stillborn or whatever. And their bodies have to recuperate after that. So it's the same thing with abortions. But a lot of these dirty ass beings with female reproductive systems and female, chests, you could say, still will go get the abortions and 2 days later go have sex again because they're dirty. Okay, these are those same people out here looking stupid in front of capitals of each specific state or whatever. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this lesson is because the real way a woman should be thinking, that energy has been put in to so many other things like getting a PhD and protesting abortions. All right, so this is 1 Samuel 1, and this is going to give you the idea of what a woman should be feeling about children, okay? And about being a mother and about carrying her husband's seed, okay? So like it. This is 1 Samuel 1 and 4. It says, when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah, his wife, and all her sons and her daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah. But the Lord had shut up her womb. Verse 6, and her adversary also provoked her. So who's her adversary? It was the other wife that Elkanah had. Okay? Peninnah. All right? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. That was her adversary. Because you got to remember, there's a spirit on women. There's an ancient spirit on women that are still on women today. They can be fucking toxic. Okay? Even though back then it was like I wouldn't say men looked down on the woman for not having a baby or being barren, But women look down on other women because they can produce a kid or incubate, be a proper incubator for the husband. So therefore, because women back then had a sense of what their purpose on earth was, and that was to be a help towards a husband, shut the hell up, and have their kid. That's it. They understood that purpose. There was no going to college and getting a PhD and equal rights and shit like that. There wasn't none of that back then. They knew their place, and they had respect unto the men. All right, but they still had that toxicity. I cannot say that word. They still had that toxic nature of them to still scorn and be averse to another woman and make fun of off of maybe a certain shortcoming that they have. Okay? See, us men, we don't do that even now. Well, I'm saying in the brotherhood, there are brothers with shortcomings, but I'm not gonna sit there and shit on them. And that's what women do. Okay? They sit there and shit on each other if one can do another thing that they can't. And that's exactly what was happening right now. Women been like that from the beginning of time. Okay? You go do the same thing with Jacob, which I'm not going to pull. I'm dealing with this specific account, but this account is still similar to Jacob because Elkanah loved Hannah, and Jacob, who did he love? He loved Rachel. He didn't love Leah like that. She was tender-eyed. He liked her and stuff like that, but he loved Rachel, but the Lord made Rachel barren. It's the same thing going on right now. Elkanah, he loved Hannah, but the Lord shut her womb, made her barren. And another thing you could align with this too is, well, guess what? When Rachel finally had a son, who was Jacob's favorite son? The son that came physically out of Rachel, Joseph. And it's in a sense, it's the same thing here with Elkanah. His favorite rib, or his favorite wife that he loved the most, that he loved, had Samuel. Okay? Which was a pivotal prophet that we read about. Okay? So it says, verse 6, it says, and her adversary, let's get back to the point. And her adversary also provoked her sore for to make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. All right. And I just brought up a quick Google search of the word fret, and it means to be constantly or visibly worried or anxious. So that's fucked up to continue to have someone worried, anxious, or weary, or you're wearing away on them. You just keep picking on them. That's screwed up, man. And that's how women are, man. Verse 7, it says, and as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of the Lord, so she provoked her, therefore she wept and did not eat. So why was Hannah weeping and did not eat? First off, because the other wife was provoking her and making her fret and being mean because she couldn't carry seed. All right. And the next reason why is the reason that these dumbass women out here don't have is because she wanted to have kids. She wanted kids. She didn't want to sit here and abort them like these idiots that we have in this modern society and kill. She didn't want to blatantly murder a kid, murder a baby, murder a life. She didn't want to do that. She sincerely just wanted to carry Elkanah's seed because, let me say this too, she saw how much he loved her and wanted to reciprocate the same love to him by bearing a child for him. That's the energy that has left this planet Earth from these women. And I'm not saying 100% left, but god dang it, it's in the 90s. The 90% of it has none left. Because there are women out there who actually want to have kids, who actually don't believe in that abortion bullcrap. There's women out there who are barren, don't believe, and can't have kids right now, don't believe in abortion, and will do anything to have a kid. And for them to see women out there protesting kids is like those women making them fret. Because there's women out there who can't have kids, but looking at these women out there protesting to abort their kids that can have kids. So they're like, so you can have kids, but you'll kill them? Well, why don't you give me your blessing and you can be barren? So you're not even out there having to protest abortion. You can't even have kids. You see how disrespectful these women are to women who are actually barren and want to have kids, who can't have kids? They're disrespectful as crap. I'm gonna say that again. There's women out there who can't have kids, who the Lord has closed their womb and would do anything in their power, would die to have a kid. They're to the point where I will die giving childbirth as long as I can bring forth life for my man, right? I can at least assist in it. I'll die to do that. But you women out there who can actually have kids, if you were to have one, you would abort them? How disrespectful is that? You see what I'm saying? 1 Samuel 1:8. Then said Elkanah her husband unto her, Hannah, why weepest thou? And why eatest thou not? And why is thy heart grieved? Am not I better to thee than 10 sons? And he's right for saying that. Because even if Hannah could have 10 sons, say the Lord took the 10 sons, just like the Lord took the sons from Job, who can give you 10 more? He can. So yes, he is better than if you had 10 sons. He is. Because he can give you those 10 sons right back because he carries the seed. You can't give yourself 10 sons back. You need Elkanah to give the 10 sons back. Or you just need a man to give the 10 sons back. Okay? So that cuts the fact when women sit here and say, we're the creators of life. No, first off, the ultimate creator of life is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Second off, the one who carries the seed is the one who carries the life. Okay? And we carry the life. We have a ball sack. I don't mean to be vulgar, but we have balls that carry life. And real talk, we talk about how women are glorified incubators. Well, who's the first incubator? We are. Because there's a certain temperature that sperm has to be carried in to be healthy. And that temperature is first carried within the man's testicle area. That's why there's a sac there. We're really the first incubators. So that's why I say women are glorified incubators. Shit, we carry the kid first. Then we implant it in you, and then it formulates, the cells multiplied to become a baby. And we decide when we want to plant the seed or when we don't want to plant the seed. You don't have that decision. If we don't want to have a baby with you, we see you as no use. Simple. But doesn't stop but we're not going to sit here and be like how Peninnah was with Hannah. I'm not gonna, if I have a wife that's barren, I'm not gonna shit on her because she can't have my kid. I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna love her. Shows you this chapter shows you how toxic women can be, but also it shows you the spirit that women need to be in. Hannah had the right spirit on her. She just wanted to have a kid. She wanted to have a baby. So let's keep going. Verse 9, it says, so Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli, the priest, sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of the Most High. Yahweh Shem Shai. And she was in bitterness of soul and prayed unto the Lord and wept sore. And wept sore. All right. Salaki, 1 second. All right, Salaki. And wept sore. Verse 11. And she vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, If thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but will give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head. Now she's vowing the vow of a Nazarite. Okay? She's vowing the vow of a Nazarite. So I'm gonna read verse 12 and then get something real quick. It says, and it came to pass as she continued praying before the Lord that Eli marked her mouth. Okay? So Eli had marked her mouth. All right. So let's read about a vow. Okay. Numbers chapter 30. Let me see if I can get to the point real quick. Okay. I'll start at 3. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bond her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her. Meaning, if he's in agreement with it, he ain't gonna say nothing. Then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. So she made a bound for her, a bond with the Lord or a vow with the Lord to bond her promise, which was I just want a kid. I just want a kid that I can have, and then if I can have the kid, I'll give him to you, and he won't have a razor go upon his head, which again is the vow of the Nazarite, which I think is in Numbers 6. Matter of fact, I'll get it real quick. Numbers, the 6th chapter. Numbers 6:1, it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either a man or woman shall separate themselves to a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord. And that's exactly what she did. It says, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. You see? All right, so it's the same vow that she was vowing right here. Verse 5, just to bring it all together, says, all the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled, in which he separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. Okay, so that's what she was vowing, the vow of a Nazarite. And Eli marked her words, meaning he heard it, he kept his mouth, he kept his peace, and he marked the words. So now it says, in every bond wherewith she hath bound, her soul shall stand. Her soul shall stand. So it's standing. Okay, and that's what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right here. But just to make a long story short, well, it's not really a long story, but she ended up having a son because she wanted it so bad. The Lord blessed her with having Samuel. In the Hebrew, Shamu'ala, which means heard of the Most High, because the Most High heard her voice and allowed her to have a son. Okay? And allowed her to have a son. Simple, plain as that. But this spirit that was on her is no longer on the modern woman. You fucking retard. It's no longer on the modern woman anymore. The woman doesn't have that. Now, don't get, like I said in the midst of the lesson, there are women out there who want to have children, who want to be a mother, who want to be nourishing, who never thought about getting an abortion. There's women out there who had, quote unquote, may have mistakenly had a child at an early age, but still didn't want to abort it, or just went on along with it, you know, and now their child's healthy, grown, probably 20, 25, 30 years old now, had a full life, gave them grandkids, had a happy life, all that good stuff, I'm speaking of best case scenario, but still, there's situations like that. But you got people like here who don't even give life a chance, but have the audacity to claim that they're the creators of life. You get the fuck out of here, you know. So that spirit is gone. The spirit of Hannah. I'll say it. The spirit of Sarah. I'm speaking about wanting to carry seed. The spirit of Rachel, the spirit of Leah, and their handmaids. That's gone from this earth. Because ultimately you got to go to, I already had it up, Genesis 3 and 16. This is gone. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. That desire is no longer there. That desire means a longing or a craving for. Women don't have that for their men. Women, they don't have that for men, and women who are with men don't have that. I don't give a damn if that woman's been with that man for 20 years. She don't have a desire or craving for it as much as she thinks she does. She doesn't. Because like I said in one of the previous lessons, there's no loyalty in women. I don't give a damn. I don't care. and I'm speaking off of experience, not feelings. Things that's factually actually happened to me, to other men, things of that nature. Women don't have the loyalty that they think they have towards a man. Women don't have a longing for or desire that they think they do towards the man. They don't. They sit there and say they'll do anything for a man, but they won't. Because when adversity hits, they're going to fold like a taco and crack like an egg. Some of these women are going to give their man up to the authorities. So, Lord willing, if this was edifying, hey, now I'll say this, just to, kind of bring some balance. If you are a woman who longs for having a child and, longs for wanting to be nurturing, well, keep that same spirit, all right? Because that's really how women should be. If there's a woman out there, if you, at Akim, if you go out, go to the bar or whatever, go get a drink, and you holler at some breezies, and you talking to a girl, and somehow, some way, I don't know why you'd be talking to a girl, first time you met her about kids, but whatever. if it pops up and she's like, yeah, I don't want kids. Or if she's 35, single, and has no kids, go the opposite direction. Because I'm wondering, if you 30, 35, nigga, you could at least have a baby daddy. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you have kids yet? That's an issue, So Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm just being funny towards the end. I'm just being funny. But, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit, Brother Kashaqua. Until the next time, we say shalom. And like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. All right, shalom.